Oh my God.
Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something or someone you'd rather not face? Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. These stories will have you thinking twice before ever setting foot in the woods alone again. Let's jump straight into the first unsettling encounter. The first video tonight comes from Cursed Urban, a channel known for lone overnight investigations in remote locations associated with paranormal or cryptid reports. The approach is deliberately restrained, relying on long-form, real-time footage rather than theatrics or exaggeration. It is January 15th, 2026, in the United States, deep within a remote forest in the Midwest.
What the? Way back there, dude. Did you guys hear that? It was quiet. You might have to have headphones to hear that. Well, it sounded like a death whistle, like an Aztec death whistle. But coming from like a distance away, like a very, very good distance away. So I've heard those before, well, out in the forest at night. But yeah, that one sounded like it was, I don't know, maybe it was one of these trees squeaking or something. But yeah, if you guys listen to it, you'll probably hear it. But like I said, you're more than likely going to have headphones in, because I could barely make it out. But that's definitely what it is.
After setting up a small campsite near a lake, the investigator begins a night exploration using only a lantern. The forest is unusually quiet, with no obvious wildlife movement. As darkness settles in fully, subtle, unexplained sounds begin to break the silence, drawing attention to the surrounding tree line. Distinct whistling is heard coming from within the forest. When the investigator makes noise in response, the whistling appears to answer back rather than fade away, suggesting deliberate interaction rather than random animal behavior.
Hello? Something just whistled back. Ahead. Something just whistled back up there. Dude, that sounded like something a mimic would do. If there's anything here with me, can you make another noise? I heard you whistle. Could you do something else? Yo, I just heard a stick break back there. I just heard that. That was loud, dude.
While exploring trails away from the campsite, loud noises suddenly come from the direction of the tent. The sounds are forceful enough to raise immediate concern, prompting the investigator to abandon the trail and return to camp.
What was that?
At first glance, the campsite appears untouched. Moments later, disturbed items inside the tent confirm that someone entered while the investigator was away. The realization marks a clear shift in tone, from eerie to openly dangerous.
Hey! Hey!
Later in the night, the investigator is jolted awake by the unmistakable sound of someone actively trying to open the tent zipper. As soon as movement is detected, the presence retreats into the darkness without being seen.
I thought I heard him drop something. Dude, they had a big... Dude, that's nasty. That's freaking nasty, dude.
A heavy metal pipe is discovered lying near the tent. The object suggests the intruder was armed. At this point, the investigator packs up immediately and abandons the overnight stay. What begins as an investigation centered on unexplained sounds escalates into a confirmed, real-world threat. The discovery that someone entered the campsite and attempted to access the tent reframes the entire night. Authorities are contacted, and the investigation ends with a stark conclusion. The most dangerous presence encountered in the forest was not paranormal, but human. Imagine this: no phone signal, no one around, just the forest, and something moving in the distance. Would you stay the night or sprint back to your car without looking back? The next horrifying video of the night comes from The Muscovite, a travel and adventure channel focused on solo camping, remote forest exploration, and real-life outdoor encounters. The content is grounded and observational, allowing tension to build naturally through isolation and environment rather than exaggeration. It is September 16th, 2025, at a remote forest campsite in Finland, in the Karelia region. The camper is alone in deep woodland, accompanied only by their dog, Molly. As night approaches, the camper finishes preparing the campsite, organizing gear, and settling the tent. Molly sits nearby, alert but calm. The forest is unusually quiet at first, then faint noises begin to break through, subtle rustling in the trees and distant snapping branches. The stillness makes the isolation feel more pronounced, and the camper becomes increasingly aware of how exposed the campsite is in the surrounding wilderness. Distinct sounds echo from deeper within the forest. The camper pauses, listening closely, acknowledging that the noises could belong to a large animal moving nearby.
And I'm not sure what this sound was, but it really sounded like a bear. You hear that? I was just packing up all the stuff from outside, and Molly was sitting somewhere near, and all of a sudden she started barking, like she was staring somewhere and she was barking. I mean, she does it sometimes, so I didn't really pay attention to it, but then I looked the way she was looking at, and I saw two green eyes, Oh my God.
While packing belongings outside the tent, Molly suddenly begins barking toward the tree line. Following her gaze, the camper spots two green reflective eyes staring back from the darkness. Reacting quickly, they bring Molly inside the tent and begin taking precautions, grabbing a pot and cutlery for noise, blocking gaps near the tent entrance with a plastic container, and leaving a light on as a deterrent. No confrontation follows, but sleep becomes difficult as they remain alert, listening for any movement outside.
I was just in the forest, and I heard, some noise. I saw a big snake, like big black snake. So on this road, I saw the snake. Brr. No wonder that it's closed.
The following day, while hiking through the forest, the camper encounters a large black snake stretched across the path. The moment triggers immediate caution, and the remainder of the walk is approached more carefully. The encounter reinforces how unpredictable the forest can be, even in daylight. After the night ends, the camper reflects on the mixed emotions of the experience. Excitement at being immersed in nature, balanced against fear, brought on by isolation, wildlife, and cold conditions. They discuss staying warm, remaining vigilant, and respecting the environment as a guest rather than an intruder. Molly's presence is noted as a source of reassurance throughout the night. Despite the tension, the camper expresses appreciation for the beauty and stillness of the forest. The experience is framed as a reminder that nature demands respect and awareness. The video closes with reflection on the lessons learned, the reality of solo camping in remote regions, and plans to continue exploring, better prepared, but no less cautious. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The next chilling video of the night comes from What Day Is It Wolven, a UK-based outdoor adventure channel focused on solo and stealth camping in public or urban-adjacent spaces. The content relies on real-time decision-making, minimal editing, and authentic reactions, with tension, driven by visibility, human presence, and environmental pressure, rather than theatrics. It is September 6th, 2025, in a public park in the United Kingdom. Louis is attempting to remain completely unnoticed while spending the night elevated in the trees. Louis finalizes his stealth setup high in the trees, carefully climbing to adjust and secure his hammock. He positions his camera to monitor the ground below and checks sight lines from nearby footpaths and surrounding houses. People are still moving through the park, and each passing figure increases the risk of being spotted. Every movement is slow and deliberate as he tests the hammock's stability and prepares for the night in a space where he clearly should not be.
Got stuff up there. It's all clear down here now, guys. Let's go for a little wander. Someone saw me. Gonna have to go. Act like I'm not even here. Just leaving. Just like climbed a tree for a laugh. And now I'm leaving. It's the best way of acting. People get so funny about it. Oh, she's just despawned. Where's she gone? She was standing here, right there. She just left. That's really weird. She was just staring at me from here, literally here, staring directly into there. That was so weird, and she just ran away.
A local resident stops nearby and notices Louis in the trees, though the hammock itself remains hidden. Thinking quickly, Louis claims he is photographing wildlife, mentioning bats and swallows to justify his presence. The resident engages him in conversation, asking about local animals such as foxes and birds. The exchange is calm on the surface but tense underneath, as discovery would immediately end the camp. After several questions, the resident eventually moves on, leaving Louis undetected. Later in the night, alone in the hammock, Louis hears twigs snapping below him, likely from foxes moving through the park. The wind begins to shake the trees, and the height of the hammock becomes more noticeable. With limited visibility and constant noise from below, he remains alert, aware of how exposed he is in the darkness.
Wow. Kept hearing like twigs and that snapping below me. But I think it was just a fox.
Heavy rain sets in, forcing a decision. Louis carefully packs away the hammock, climbs down, and gathers his equipment before returning to the van. The stealth camp ends without confrontation, but only after sustained pressure from both people and weather. This night is defined not by the paranormal, but by real-world tension. The risk of being discovered, the need to improvise explanations, and the challenge of enduring harsh conditions in a semi-public space drive the unease throughout. Louis completes the stealth mission safely, underscoring how urban solo camping carries its own form of danger, one rooted in exposure, unpredictability, and the constant presence of others. The woods are full of sounds, but it's footsteps that don't belong that truly rattle us. It's not creatures we fear most. It's the sudden, silent presence of another person, just watching. The next shocking video of the night comes from Hiking with Jenny, a UK-based long-distance hiking channel focused on real-life trail experiences, safety awareness, and the realities of hiking alone. The storytelling is direct and grounded, prioritizing honesty over dramatization. It is October 23, 2024, on the Appalachian Trail, United States. Jenny explains that while most hikers she met were kind and supportive, the Appalachian Trail also attracts people dealing with homelessness and substance abuse, particularly in certain southern sections. She introduces the moments where she felt genuinely unsafe, beginning with her first official night alone on trail. On her third day, after a sudden storm hits Blood Mountain, Jenny accepts an offer to shelter in a cabin with another hiker named Tink. Late that night, a man named James knocks on the door, claiming to manage the cabins and offering help. The timing feels off, as most hikers are already asleep.
In the living room, and we were watching some TV, and at 8:30 we heard a knock at the door. And so we were both like creeped out, like who could that be? Like we both, like the sun had gone down by now, and we knew that like most people, most hikers anyway, would be in bed by now. So it was really strange to have a knock that late. So she goes to the door, and there's James, and he gives her his phone number, and he says the weather's going to be bad tonight, and he takes care of the cabins there, and if she needs anything at all, to give him a call. So she kind of like, okay, yeah, thanks, whatever. She gets rid of him. We're both creeped out enough that we're like, okay, we're just gonna like make sure all the windows are locked, all the doors are secure, everything. Early the next morning, I wake up to another knock at the door. This time, neither of us answers it. And then we got another knock at like an hour, maybe an hour later. And this time, Tink Tink goes to the door, answers it, and no one's there. So, like, we pretty much both just like packed up and got out of there like as quickly as possible. I watched him through the window and like basically.
The following morning, there are more unexplained knocks, including one where no one is there when the door is opened. Later, The same man is seen outside moving objects around the cabins. After the trip, Jenny learns that no employee by that name works there.
He's probably gonna like hide somewhere off the trail and like jump out at me and attack me. And so like as I was hiking, I was like going real slow and like looking to my left and right and trying to see around, see if I could see where like someone might be able to hide. And I had my pepper spray out and I was just like, I had it.
While hiking toward hot springs, Jenny detours to a shelter to eat lunch. Inside, she finds a tent already set up, suggesting someone may be living there long term. Feeling uncomfortable, she leaves immediately. Not long after, the same man walks past her on the trail, raising concern that she may be being followed. She keeps her pepper spray ready and pushes on, reaching town safely. Later, she hears the situation was addressed by locals.
Trail, and it's that guy, and he's like holding out a bag of treats for me, and he's talking again. He's only talking to me. He's not talking to anybody else, even though I'm with a group of people. And it's just really weird. I just kept hiking. At that point, I was just like, I'm not even going to engage. I'm just going, that's my kind of, I guess this is just what I do. I just flee, I suppose. That's like my fight or flight. I just flee. So at the time, it was me and this other couple and their dog hiking together. Just ahead of us was like the rest of the group, and we caught up to them, and they were like worried enough that they were like standing waiting for us.
After a long day near Daleville, Jenny encounters a man in a clearing who is swearing loudly and behaving erratically. He makes inappropriate comments about her appearance. She avoids engagement and increases her pace toward town, repeatedly checking behind her as she goes. At a trailhead with other hikers and trail angels, a man in a blue car becomes fixated on Jenny, asking personal questions about where she plans to camp. Despite her guarded responses, he later appears on the trail, holding treats and directing his attention only at her, ignoring everyone else. Jenny avoids interaction and moves on. After regrouping with other hikers, they contact the police. Officers identify the man using his license plate and patrol nearby trailheads to ensure he does not return. Looking back, Jenny reflects on how unusual it was to experience multiple disturbing encounters during a single through hike. While the Appalachian Trail is largely defined by kindness and shared support, these moments highlight the vulnerability of hiking alone. After police intervention during the final incident, she feels safe enough to continue and ultimately completes her hike without further issues. Some threats are obvious. Others drift silently through the dark, unnoticed until it's far too late. It's those shadowy, unseen forces that haunt us long after the sun comes up. The next video of the night comes from The Abandoned Camper, a quiet, immersive exploration channel centered on sleeping overnight in abandoned campers, vehicles, boats, and forgotten structures. The focus is on real-world risk, isolation, and atmosphere, with calm narration and minimal editing throughout. It is September 3rd, 2023, in the United States. As the area begins to empty, the explorer walks along the shoreline, where 3 abandoned ships sit hauled out of the water. She points out drag marks in the ground, showing how the vessels were pulled ashore, and explains that 2 of them are leaning heavily, supported only by logs, tires, and rotting wood. Aware of the danger, she explains that each ship's stability will be tested before attempting to enter.
So it definitely rocked. I mean, it is just sitting on tires, so let me try. Yeah, I can really hear stuff move. And the birds hate it. Let me try another one. Let me know if it moves. I definitely heard it moving. Did it move?
She enters one ship that is barely supported and resting at a severe angle. Inside, every step produces loud creaking sounds. The floor is visibly slanted, and the interior feels hot, enclosed, and fragile, with the structure reacting to even small movements. While moving deeper inside the ship, a sudden shift or unexpected movement causes an immediate reaction. The moment highlights how little margin for error exists within the compromised structure.
Oh my god. Okay.
As night falls, she commits to staying inside the ship overnight. She sets up a basic sleeping area and settles in as the vessel continues to creak and subtly adjust around her in the darkness. Morning arrives with freezing temperatures inside the ship. She wakes safely and steps outside, revealing that the structure held through the night, despite its instability. The night passes without injury, but the tension never fully disappears. The ship remains tilted and poorly supported, audibly creaking under its own weight as she sleeps inside. Rather than relying on anything paranormal, the unease comes from choosing to stay overnight in a structure that could shift or fail at any moment. The video ends quietly the following morning, leaving behind a lingering sense of risk and isolation rather than shock or spectacle. Before the next clip, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and right now, 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. Your support helps us continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now, let's get back to the video. The last video of the night comes from Beersos, a US-based channel known for chaotic first-time outdoor experiences and unfiltered reactions. Rather than polished camping trips, their content documents what happens when preparation falls short and small problems quickly spiral. It is October 26, 2025, at Gold Creek campsite. The group arrives at Gold Creek and begins unloading gear, openly joking about how unprepared they feel. Spirits are high, but the unfamiliar environment and fading daylight add pressure as they start setting up the tent.
Oh! Ah!
Nico,
That's okay.
dude, don't get it dirty, bro.
How do I not do that? It's in the f***ing forest.
Wait, bro, this is good. This is big.
really good, actually.
So I know you need the poles.
Dude, I've never set up a tent in my life, bro.
I've never set up. I've only watched a 4-minute video of someone doing it.
Did you ever go camping with your dad?
No. My dad was Chinese, bro. You know, our tent's supposed to be $100. Like, you know, like I bought.
Did
like,
you buy? It was $100.
Yeah. Like, is that really cheap?
I think. Yeah. 100.
It's 100. But it's Amazon Basics though. Like Amazon Basics aren't bad. They're never bad.
Oh.
Tent assembly quickly turns into a struggle. The rocky ground prevents pegs from going in properly. Poles are forced into place incorrectly, and minor injuries occur as frustration builds. Attempts to improvise only make things worse. The mood swings between laughter and irritation as daylight continues to disappear.
Oh shit! Wait, do the other sides, do the other sides, do the other sides.
Okay,
Wait,
Celeste,
do-
tell me, is it through the hole or through the loop?
I ain't saying nothing until you guys up more.
Hole or loop?
Hole.
Hole?
Metal hole.
Metal hole?
Yeah, I think that's giving better vibes.
Guys, this is so fun.
Wait, dude, it's literally happening. This is so cool.
Okay.
Rain begins pouring down onto the mesh tent, leaking inside almost immediately. Gear gets wet, discomfort sets in, and anxiety rises as the group starts thinking about wildlife and the surrounding darkness. The combination of rain, cold, and inexperience turns the campsite into a genuinely stressful situation.
The ink starts to
Dude, fuck. Oh my god. I'm so over this.
Celeste.
I'm actually over this.
Celeste, we're done.
Oh god.
my two helpless children.
Oh god. Oh wait, you shoved
Wait,
the
what?
key in there?
So the idea is,
Dude,
at least from my understanding,
you
is
shoved
this
the
is
key in
this is supposed to go in here, and then this one you nail it down to the ground because it's L-shaped will keep it from coming back up.
Honestly, bro, I'm gonna just let him do it. I'm tired.
Okay, well, we have to do two.
Yeah.
The hammer,
I didn't know you needed a hammer to go camping. Like, that's so weird.
A nearby camper steps in and lends them a mallet, allowing the tent pegs to finally be secured properly. The help brings a wave of relief, but the group is visibly exhausted. The realization sinks in that something they expected to be simple has become far more demanding than anticipated. Cooking dinner proves no easier. Wind and rain interfere with the camp stove, smoke fills the area, and sizzling food adds to the chaos. Jokes and laughter continue, but the tension remains as everything feels harder than it should be. Inside the tent, the group reflects on the experience, rating the night poorly. They acknowledge the exhaustion, minor injuries, leaking tent, and constant stress of their first solo camping attempt. While humor carries them through, the night leaves a lasting impression of just how unforgiving the outdoors can be when things go wrong. What makes the video unsettling isn't danger in the traditional sense, but how quickly excitement turns into discomfort and anxiety. It's a reminder that nature doesn't need to be hostile to feel overwhelming. Sometimes, being unprepared is enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these 6 spine-tingling encounters, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more chilling and terrifying videos. There's always another mystery waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.